Hello everyone, this is Arsenovi here. This is my review on Secrets of the Jedi, which is the second book that Jade Watson wrote. Now, Jade Watson is known for writing the Jedi Apprentice series, the Jedi Quest series, for those who haven't watched those reviews. Now, the first part of the story, which feels to me like another Jedi Apprentice novel, which that's alright in my book, because I love her books. I think the way she writes Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan is amazing. She does a great job with those characters, and since she couldn't really dive into Qui-Gon because, well, his love was already established in the Jedi Apprentice books. And in like the 14th book, or is it the 15th? I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've read this series. In the series, so rather than go into an earlier part of Qui-Gon's life, she decided to focus on Obi-Wan and Siri and how they come to terms with their relationship and how they see each other. Now, I think this is a really good story in my opinion, but I think the first part of it was great. The second part of it felt kind of rushed to me. I felt like this could have been longer because more than half the book is in the past. I felt like it should have been like 20 or 30 pages more because I feel like it was kind of rushed because we don't get to read into Anakin's thoughts on how he's dealing with this forbidden relationship that he has to keep a secret with Padme. Don't get me wrong, this is a really good story, but if you take it from Anakin's perspective, we don't get into his head very much compared to Obi-Wan. And that's what's kind of disappointing for me. It seems like the author wasn't really that interested in writing about Anakin, that she wanted to write about Obi-Wan. Or maybe she couldn't write about Anakin as much. I don't know. Either way, I think this book should have been at least 30 pages longer, at least, just to give more emphasis on both Anakin and Obi-Wan. Though they do talk about how they deal with the love. Anakin is kind of more, possessive, and Obi-Wan was different for that matter. And honestly, I really wish we had more stories with Siri and Obi-Wan, but it's a shame that we never got more stories with those characters. Honestly, because I like them. They were great characters, and I would have really loved to see them more stories of them going on adventures together prior to this. Does it come out of nowhere? Not really. I mean, they were friends for a long time, and being in a life and death situation like that, things are bound to come out. And how her death was handled in Secrets of the Jedi, I thought it was done really well, honestly. Obi-Wan acted exactly how we would expect Obi-Wan to act. He isn't going to kill the person that kills the person he loved out of revenge because that's out of character for Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan imprisoned him instead because that's what Obi-Wan would do. The Jedi Apprentice and Quest novels at this point has fully established Obi-Wan's character really well, and Jade Watson does a great job with the ending of this book, with how Obi-Wan, learning how to love and also let go, which is a lesson that Anakin never learned. And I felt like this book does do a great job at foreshadowing the events that are going to transpire in Revenge of the Sith. Honestly. Of course, originally when this book was written, it was supposed to take place towards the end of the Clone Wars, but I'm not getting into that nonsense with TCW. That takes place earlier in the timeline. Despite that, I still think it's a good story, though unfortunately, I don't think it stands on its own. I don't think it's as good as Legacy of the Jedi, because unless you've read all of the Jedi Apprentice series and all of the Jedi Quest series, I don't think you're going to really appreciate Secrets of the Jedi very much, because you're not going to really know who Siri is and Obi-Wan, and how it is possible they could have had something more than friendship. Of course, it does give context why, you know, they're not seen around each other as much, other than as comrades or in a more professional sense. I think it's really good, though. If you've read the Jedi Apprentice and Quest novels and you want closure with this character, or with that series in general, I think this is it. Now, luckily, there's multiple different ways you can find this book. I got it through this omnibus, which comes with both Legacy of the Jedi and Secrets of the Jedi. This is Darcenovia. Over and out. Next time, we're going to get into the Republic Commando novels. Later, everyone. May we live long and prosper, and may the Force be with you. Always.